5 in passing yards, top 10 in touchdowns. Just curious, do you pay attention to the stats? Does that stuff matter to you at all?
I don't think winning matters to me. I think that's the main goal. Why you play, why I play this position, why I play this sport. I think quarterbacks, the ultimate kind of stat is win. So I think that's the biggest thing that I focus on. And if that's throwing 10 touchdowns in a game or throwing one pass in a game, just trying to win.
That was Drake Maye yesterday, talking about his numbers, Mazz, and how they don't really matter, and that's not what really counts, and that's not what it's all about, is his personal numbers.
You think he actually believes it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Sounded like it. Tonality-wise, I think it did, which was good.
Believable.
It's one of my favorite things he's said so far since he's been the quarterback of the team.
I hope he means it.
Are you dubious, Mazz?
I'm dubious when everybody says it. It's one of the great cliches in sports. That's why. Now, look, again, do I think this kid's heart's in the right place, which is really what you're asking me? My answer is yes, I do. He seems like a good kid, likable kid. I do think he's getting more comfortable. I don't think he's speaking nearly as quickly as he was 3 weeks ago. It feels like that has kind of mellowed out a little, so maybe that means he's getting acclimated and accustomed to life as a professional football player and the speed of the game and all that. I think he's got good values. The decision-making, to me, still leaves something to be desired, but overall headed in the right direction.
Okay.
I mean, every player's going to care about their numbers, but this wasn't like, I don't know if you've seen this clip. So the Giants have changed quarterbacks. They go from Russell Wilson, who's washed, to Jackson Dart. Malik Neighbors, their stud wide receiver, was asked about this, and he said it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. They're going to find a way to get number one the ball. Like, that's one I'd be like, oh, Jesus, this guy. Like, you only care about this more than actually winning. There was nothing like that with what Drake Maye said.
So on Drake Maye, does he actually mean it or not? I don't know. I don't know how you could know.
Of course.
I mean, you don't know. But that's not really the point of playing the comment. The point of playing the comment, Mazz, is that his numbers are kind of good.
Yes, they are.
His numbers are good. And that leads
to which I would say, wee. I mean, who your numbers? Like, and but against like DVOA and like, okay, this is me doing the old, right-handed JO move under the table. Like, give me a break with this. What do your eyes tell you? Ooh, the numbers. Ooh, the numbers. Give me the numbers.
This is a Thursday, and I'm committed to not coming in and just yelling at Murray today.
Yes. Okay, good.
Okay, so Murray,
but we're headed there.
But no, we're not headed there. I think you guys are jumping ahead as usual, but the reason we bring up the numbers is because the numbers are good.
Yeah, they are.
Okay? Sorry, Murray, the numbers are good.
No, I know. Yeah, no, like Tim has said to open the show, pisser. Yeah.
You have Ryan Tannehill. Neat.
Yeah.
You guys don't even know what I'm going to say.
Don't
you
look
said-
at me.
you said-
I'm cooperating.
You said the numbers are good. Let's hear these good numbers. I love good numbers.
To which I asked the question, are we seeing the year 2 thing that we were expecting from Drake Maye? Are we in the process of seeing it?
The year 2 jump?
Yes.
Okay. I would call it more of a hop or a skip. I don't think we're quite at a jump yet.
No.
So, not quite.
You're not seeing that year 2 move. It's so cliche, the year
Not
2 jump.
quite.
I'm trying to avoid the jump word.
Okay, no.
That year 2 move
Not quite.
up the ladder towards what you expect him to be. You don't think we're seeing that right now?
Not quite. No. And again, so look, if you force me into a yes or no, my answer is no. He's not that far from it. I speak in gradations, but that's part of my problem. So I would tell you that, do I see improvement? Yes. I also haven't seen a ton of growth with regard to the stupidity. Okay, the dumb decisions, there have been a few of them here in these first 3 games. The middle game was good. The Miami game was excellent. Okay, the best game he's ever played in the league. But there were some dumb decisions in the first game, and there were some dumb decisions in the third game. And when you add those together, that outweighs the good game in the middle. So, is he headed in the right direction? Has he made some progress? Yes. Would I call it a jump yet? My answer is no. It's got to get more consistent. And this I don't think is unusual, by the way, when I'm talking about the fact that he's not quite there yet. I don't think it happens overnight.
Well, that's why I said, if you listen carefully, have we begun to see the year 2 move from Drake Maye?
Begun? Yes.
I
didn't hear begin the first time.
I write in our show email, easy topic, are we watching a year 2 leap for Drake Maye? I did use the leap word there, unfortunately. Are we watching a year 2 leap for Drake Maye? Murray immediately. Sometimes I don't know whether Murray's on the email chain or not. He was. Immediately Email back. A leap into what? A pool of crap? Emoji, 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 emoji. What was the emoji that you used?
Just like crying, laughing.
The guys had one good game, and it was against the worst defense in the NFL. End of email. Period, paragraph, send.
Yeah, I think it was accurate. I mean, again, he didn't have a game like he did against Miami last year, so that's, I mean, it's not a jump, it's not a leap, maybe a prance, so a bob, if you will. He's not on a ladder, he's on a step stool, so that's something. It's an improvement. It was a good game. Again,
guys.
It's the Dolphins, it's the worst defense in the NFL.
No one's...
But leap, you put leap in. You put leap in the email.
It was the wrong word.
Well,
but
you used it.
are we beginning to see? Yes, the answer is yes.
Yes, I said yes. When you changed the question, I said
Yeah.
yes.
Are
You
we
asked
beginning to
begin.
see? No one knows, no one should. Well, whatever. If you think in the final analysis he's going to be a perennial all-pro championship caliber quarterback, great. You might be right. But you're beginning to see a move. I'm reading from the Boston Herald. Doug Kyde wrote, black and white, it appears May is beginning to take a second-year leap this season. While playing for a new head coach in Mike Vrabel and a new system under offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels, and with improved pass catchers and an upgraded offensive line. He said, let's start at the extreme surface level. May is completing 72.6% of his passes, Mazz. 785 yards, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and a 101.3 passer rating. He ranks second in completion percentage in the league, 5th in yards, 13th in yards per attempt, 7th in touchdowns, 13th highest in interceptions, which then you would say is 17th in interceptions. I don't know how you look at that. And 9th in passer rating. He's 9th in passer rating, 2nd in completion percentage, 5th in yards, 7th in touchdowns. That paints the picture of a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. Is that a misleading picture, Mazz?
A little bit, yeah, because, again, the turnovers have been costly, massive. The one in the last game was just so huge. And to me, it's what leads to the turnover that's alarming as much as anything, because it shows some lack of poise or understanding of the big moment and the key play. So that has to change. That's such a huge thing. Because, Mike, at the end of the day, you know what quarterbacks are... May said this. You know what they're really judged on?
Wins.
Yes. It's about wins. That's what it is more than anything. And to his credit, he noted that. So that's a good sign. Like, I think he understands what the responsibilities of the position are. But what he said and what he did last week don't jibe. So that's the disconnect. Between what he said and what happened on the field, there's still a gap. That has to change.
I am a big believer in the win stat for quarterbacks. I do think it is the defining stat for good quarterbacks anyway, and there's always exceptions. Bad guys win at a high level on a great team. But the inverse is very rarely true. It is very rare that a very good quarterback has a horrible record. It's just doesn't really work that way in the league anymore, if it ever did. And so I believe that the wins are going to follow because he's showing he's going to be a good quarterback. He's on his way. And good quarterbacks don't finish in last place in consecutive years. It just doesn't work that way in the league. And that's one of the reasons I think they're not going to be a last place team. They're going to be all right. Going into more advanced stats, Murray.
Ooh.
May ranks 6th in total EPA, 8th in EPA per play.
Ooh, he's environmentally conscious. I like this.
Expected points added, not Environmental Protection Agency. He ranks 5th in completion percentage over expected. I want to stop and think about that. What does that mean?
That means that whatever the expected percentage is, he's actually exceeding it.
Yeah, so watching him, I mean, these numbers are high when you expect him to do awesome stuff. He doesn't do it because they keep losing games and he keeps turning the ball over. But you expect the awesome, so those numbers are high. I get it.
I think Murray has it backwards.
No, Murray's being the pain in the ass is what he's being. Yeah.
Yes. It's a Thursday. Sorry, picking back up. 7th in success rate. And
what is that?
I don't know.
In terms of, like, with the team?
I'm just reading. And 7th in accuracy rate.
I have a very high success rate.
Once again, I have a high expected success rate. Once again, it appears May ranks as one of the NFL's best quarterbacks and that he's already taken the requisite jump this season.
Yeah, looks it to me. I mean, those numbers back it up, I guess.
So what, we're going to blame Ramondre Stevenson for the loss last week alone without bringing May into it? See, I come back to the 1 and 2. If all that is true, then why are they 1 and 2?
They point out in the Herald that the stats don't account for the Patriots' opponents. Okay, and Bedard mentioned this the other day. DVOA, that stuff has yet to. It takes 4 weeks for them to start factoring in strength of schedule and who you're playing. And as Kai points out here in the Herald, all of the Patriots' first 3 opponents rank in the bottom 7 in defensive passing DVOA. The Raiders, Dolphins, and Steelers all rank in the bottom 11 of total DVOA as well. May's DVOA this season ranks 14th. He ranks 15th in QBR, which is the ESPN stat that also adjusts for quality of opponent.
And I think that is a fair that assessment right there, that number, the 14th one, is that's a good barometer of where he is. I would say that overall, I would equate him to someone like Baker Mayfield. Now, Mayfield has won his games in Tampa Bay, but Mayfield historically has made a lot of mistakes, and as a result is a 500 quarterback in his career, even with his resurgence. So, and the reason is that while he's putting up numbers, he's still losing a lot of games because he makes mistakes. And so, is that what you want? Like, I would say to Drake Maye, venture to be something better than Baker Mayfield. But right now, right here, right now, is he in the middle of the pack in the NFL? My answer is yes.
I think he's on his way. And the biggest hurdle is the intangible thing that I don't know how you know it. Is he a winner? Can the game slow down for him? Can he be smart and poised when it matters the most? And obviously take care of the ball, and turnovers is obvious. But it's it's really just something bigger. Like it's beyond it. You do something beyond just the physical gifts of the position is what it takes. You can't just get by on the physical gifts. No one has been able to. There's a quotient there that you have to bring to the table that's beyond that. And I don't know how you can scout that with Drake Maye. But you could also say that if you don't have those physical gifts and that ability, all the intangibles aren't really going to help you there. And I think he's on his way to showing he's got the ability. I don't know how else to look at it. Let's just tell it like it is. Because I think you're seeing it. And I think some of those numbers, Murray, bear it out. No?
Yeah. Well, no, the numbers don't lie. So I guess, he's the balls. He's top 10. He could be good. He could. I mean, I'm not, but like a top 10 quarterback, because you're going to throw like advanced statistics at me. Like, get out of my face with this. I know what my eyes show me. And he's a turnover waiting to happen, and he's still one big question mark, and he makes questionable decisions at times at the worst possible moments.
So I guess he's the balls.
Well, but everyone tells me he's the guy. We got the guy. He's the guy. The numbers back it up. DVOA, Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, a bunch of nonsense that, like, I don't even know if you understood it when you were reading it, but I'll take your word for it. No, the numbers back it up. He's the balls. He's the balls. We got the guy.
I definitely don't understand it.
No, me neither.
I definitely don't understand those numbers. But I think he looks pretty good. And I think he's on his way. If he figures out that other stuff, which is probably the harder stuff.